Hi, my name is Monique van Blerk. I've done a master's in psychology, specializing in the effects of stress on memory. I've also done a number of research projects within the psychological field. Today I'm going to be talking to you about keeping the main thing when everything else in the world is changing. Now here's a question for you. How important do you think emotions are in the leadership space? Leadership regularly involves dealing with people, and as anyone can tell you, dealing with people involves dealing with emotions, right? Messy stuff. Think of dealing with people like the facts are the lines on paper and emotions are the paint and the color that fills in the entire artwork, the team project that you guys are building towards. So emotions are pretty useful, and for a couple of reasons. First, emotions aren't some flimsy, weak feeling that needs to be suppressed in order for us to do our job well. They're messy, but they're an intrinsic part of the human experience, of the way that God has created us. Joy, anger, sadness, peace, all of these feelings help inform the way that we respond to others and to the world around us. Now, when I'm talking about emotional intelligence, it's this concept that we use to describe the way that we discern and manage and understand not only our emotions, but the emotions of those around us. Obviously, we can't read other people's minds. That would make life a whole lot easier. But we can try to put ourselves in their shoes and to read the signs that they are giving off and to understand where the other person is coming from. Now, to make this easier to understand, there are four main areas which comprise emotional intelligence. Firstly, we've got self-awareness, which is knowing yourself deeply, understanding the hows and the whys behind your emotional response to situations. Secondly, we've got self-management or self-regulation. This is not just knowing why you feel a certain way, but it's also the ability to be able to control your emotional response to a situation. Think of it like this. In a stressful situation, are you the kind of person who reacts to a situation, or are you the kind of person who responds, who pauses and thinks through and takes their time to come up with an appropriate response to that same situation? Thirdly, we've got social awareness. So it's not just important to know and manage your own emotions, but it's also important to acknowledge and read the emotions of others as well. And fourthly, we've got relationship management. So this is your ability to maintain your relationships and to manage conflict. Conflict, as we know, is a very normal part of dealing with different individuals from different backgrounds and different values. So it may be worth it to go back this week and go through all those 4 points and see which of those areas you need to work on or develop on. Emotional intelligence is a thing that we grow in and we develop within ourselves. A really great practical tool for all of us this week, in whichever situation we are in dealing with people, is to prioritize understanding. Prioritize understanding. So making sure that not only are you understood in a situation, but that you also understand where the other person is coming from. Practically, that looks like perhaps repeating or rephrasing what the other person has said, or trying to make sure that the other person knows that you understand where they're coming from. This helps not only with your relationships, but it also fosters trust within the team as well. So see if you can implement that somewhere in your weeks ahead. At the end of the day, of course, we're all human and we're not perfect. People are messy, emotions are messy. So as we try to keep the main thing, let's just focus on loving others well this week.